Everywhere you turn, somebody has been affected by the flu. So when it comes to being a parent, you're a grandparent or a caretaker, how do you know if your child falls into the germy category? Well, Barb Arneden from MetroMoms is here to share insight on this. Hi, Barb.
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So the flu has really been on everybody's mind this season because it's been spreading like wildfire. So how do you kind of know when the right time is to keep your child from going to school?
Well, the schools have guidelines themselves. So you probably received a parent handbook at the beginning of the school year. You may want to refer to it. But generally speaking, if the child has any symptoms such as fever or is vomiting or has diarrhea, you really want to keep them home for 24 hours until they're symptom-free. Okay. Symptom-free for 24 hours. And that doesn't mean give them Tylenol or Advil, let their fever go down, and then start counting. It's for real 24 hours.
Gotcha.
On their own, symptom-free.
Gotcha. Okay, so good. So every school's probably got some sort of guideline. Look over that so that you know before you send them off.
Now, a little sniffle, a little sore throat, a slight cough, minor symptoms are okay to go ahead and send them to school. Obviously, they can't miss for every little sniffle.
Right.
But you want to remember, not only are you keeping your child home to recover, you're keeping other kids safe and you're keeping the staff that takes care of your children healthy as well. So it's really important to be considerate of them.
Absolutely. Well, what about play dates? Because I know a lot of moms set up play dates, and how do you know when your child is well enough to kind of continue those?
Well, definitely if there is a fever, you want to keep the child at home. But with the minor symptoms, you want to call the parents and just let them know what's going on. So-and-so has a little bit of a cough. Do you want to continue? Be upfront, be honest, let them know.
Okay.
And consider taking the play date outdoors if possible. Because when you're inside and you're in such closed and tight spaces, a sneeze doesn't have far to go. But if you're outside, at least it has a little bit further to go to dissipate before it hits your child.
Well, I love leaving it up to the other parent to kind of judge whether or not they want their children to be around someone that may or may not have something, because I always had a horrible immune system growing up, and so I didn't want to be around a bunch of other kids because the odds were I was going to get it.
Right,
so.
And you don't want to assume that that child has a strong immune system. You're right. So you want to be upfront and be honest and let them know.
Wonderful.
When you are on play dates, make sure you take hand sanitizer and talk to your child about turning their head when they cough or sneeze, and not to put their hands anywhere on their face after they're touching the playthings.
Smart.
The reason is because you could have the flu or you could have a cold coming on, and the symptoms don't present themselves for 24 hours during the time that you are contagious. So you also want to take precautions, even if you assume that the other children are healthy, to still protect them from picking up the germs if there are any.
Absolutely. And is it a good idea to always remind them about washing their hands? And I've heard that you're supposed to sing like the entire happy birthday song when you're washing your hands, and that's the duration that you should be washing them?
That's a good measure of time for how long they should wash their hands. Yes, definitely teach them. Hand washing means using soap and water, not just getting your hands wet. So make sure that it's a habit with them. Make sure they know eyes, nose, mouth. You don't touch anywhere on your face, because just assume that there's germs everywhere, and once they get into those places, they make their way in your body and make you feel really bad too. So constant communication with your kids about that.
Wonderful. Well, these are all great tips, and will hopefully keep all of us from getting the flu this season.
Yeah.
Thank you, Barb. Well, and if you'd like more ideas and suggestions from Barbara, check out metroplexbaby.com.